And we are back in Sevtech Ages. Now, last time we were here, we had been playing around with all of those magic mods that we had not really investigated too hard into. We'd been doing that for a couple of weeks now. But I think it's finally time, now that we have ended Abyssal Craft, we have reached the final dimension, or at least the final dimension you can get into for a reason, not just a dimension you can fall into by accident. We have made it there and defeated the final boss. So I think it is time to go and check out Age 5 proper, shall we? I think it's time to go and give it a good old look. See what we actually have access to now that we are in Age 5. We have, of course, unlocked all of the possible items we can get. 81 pages of items. Most of them, yes, a lot of them are duplicates. Just various color changes and slight differences between blocks and all that. But there is a lot of really, really cool items that we have to go and discover here. And so we will go and toss our magic stuff back here. Almost all of it. And I'm sure we'll pull that out if we need to go and find something else, if we need a break from our tech. But I'm sure that we will have something to keep our mind focused. Now, Age 5. I think the first thing we should start off doing here, grabbing a new prospector. Grab the ultimate prospector that will give us every ore that we can possibly find. Not just Age 4 ores. And looking for what that new prospector is going to be. The ultimate prospector here is going to require 2 diamonds, a bit of glass, and some blaze rods, all of which I do believe we have. Luckily enough, we were able to find diamonds other places. So let's see, grab some diamonds here. We've got lots and lots of diamond armor and weapons we've been taking off of mobs, actually. So that might be a fair way to get them, because I do believe if we take one of these and go and use... I swear we could have taken one of the diamond sets of gear. Maybe not. Maybe I'm going nuts. I swear we could have taken at least gold gear and went and smelted that down using the stoked crucible. So if we use that, we check out the recipes here. Does that only work for gear below diamond? It's looking like it. Amazingly, there's chainmail. It's been a long time since I've seen that. But apparently, diamonds just don't exist. You can't get diamonds out. I guess that sort of makes sense. Diamonds are not a metal in the same way that all of the other materials, basically, that we're using to build stuff that could be smelted down in the crucible are metal. Can't really be smelted down. So I guess that makes sense of why you can't get diamonds out of that. Unfortunately, that just means we have a lot of tasteless diamond ware, tools and weapons, stuff like that. But we will at least be able to get the ultimate prospector. We'll see if we can do anything with those at a later date. Apparently, I see. We've picked up a few achievements here because we already had diamonds and we had found some osmium ore previously. So that's nice. We've got that. A scanner. Seems like it would be an interesting item to start. Will allow you to locate blocks around you, install modules, and insert them into the GUI by shift-clicking to open. That sounds pretty powerful. That sounds like something that would definitely be beneficial to us. Let's see what a scanner entails. So... looks to use iron, gold, nether quartz, redstone, and iron bars. I think we have access to every single one of those. So we've definitely got the iron. We've definitely got the quartz. Thank goodness. Along with the redstone, gold, and iron bars is the last one. I'm not sure if we have any of those. I do believe we used them for a few things, but we did. Okay. we use that for various few items, and that will give us the scanner. I think we actually picked them out of some of the strongholds that we found. But I think it's probably a good idea to pick up a new manual here. Now, we are short a book, unfortunately. That said, I know where to harvest a lot of books. Now, this will, yes, technically necessitate going into some of these magical dimensions here. But I think it is very much well worth the effort. Somebody did actually recommend that I go build a landing platform here. I don't think I want to build one in the house. That said, I do think... good, we already have the Dreadium pickaxe here. Do think I will go make one slightly outside it. We do have extra cobblestone here. Let's actually open this up just a smidge. We already had a slight issue with the design of the tunnel, the safety tunnel. Being a little lopsided to the house here. But this will allow us to land and go straight into the house. I probably should make a couple doors here. In fact, I think I will. And, of course, I want to poke a hole here so we have a view of the outside. We can go and defend ourselves. If anything happens to come from the void, I kind of doubt that it will. But just in case, always a good idea to have a slight defense mechanism here. And that will be that. Actually, we'll want to turn that into a full block here. That's what we've been doing for all the corners. There we go. This way, we will have a little launch platform. I'll go slap down another door here. We should have a few. We've actually got some from the... the sort of end boss arena. That was where we found some of those. Let's get ourselves over there. Now, we did mark that off in that direction somewhere. So let's take flight. We've got a long ways to go. But we should be able to make the trip pretty quickly. And now, actually, that we have that abyssal Nomicon, I think it is, we might be able to talk to the villagers here, because there is all of these villagers that are, what is it? Remnants, yes. That is what those villagers were called. So, we should be able to trade with them now. We couldn't understand them previously, but... I see. We probably have to have that Abyssal Nomicon on us. Or maybe we just never are able to understand them. Are these guys going to be hostile? Signs point to yes. We'll go take care of them. I'm actually noticing our pizza here. That needs to come back. But we have all of these to go and take. These bookshelves should give us plenty of books. That is, books that we will not need to make. So I think I'll take 2 rows here. That should probably be enough. 42, maybe a third, maybe one more. But we'll come back here if we need, happen to end up needing multiple books for anything. That'll give us just under a full stack. We'll go throw those in there, along with the shadow fragments, that golden sword we picked out. And with that, I think it's time to head back here. Don't need to spend too much time in this dimension. We have already spent enough time dealing with magic all over the place for the last 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks. We've been doing a bit of magic. So I'm sure we are all quite sick and tired of it. I was having a good time with it, but I definitely recognize when things need to come to an end, and now is about time. Now let's go and land on top of our house, drop down in here. Get ourselves back home with the books stored comfortably in our inventory here. I'll have to pass through a few dimensions. Unfortunately, I really wish you could get from one dimension to the next without having to go through all of them. Wouldn't it be nice to at least just fill up our portal room? But I guess if we end up needing any more portals, we should be able to throw them in our lovely expanded portal room. We've got a lot of spaces filled here. The beneath teleporter is a little bit out of place, considering it is a one-block structure, but that'll be fine. We've still got 2 or 3 more spaces, I believe, for portals to be fit in, so that is that. We've got our ultimate prospector. The scanner, though, don't know how to do that. Let's go make the book so we can actually figure out how exactly everything should work here. The RF Tools Shape Manual seems to be the mod pack where this comes from, and let's check out the area scanner. The scanner is an advanced block that can make a scan of an area in the world. To do this, you have to insert a shape card with the appropriate dimension and offset into the scanner, top left slot. The shape currently does not matter, it just uses the dimension and offset. After a scan has been made, you can insert other shape cards into the bottom slot. These shape cards will now be linked to the scan. I have no idea how that works. It is important to realize how this linking works, because the scanned area is not very large and is not stored in the scanner tile entity, nor in the item. Instead, it is stored in memory and saved to a folder in your world. RF tool scans. Both the scanner and the shape cards are linked to that scan. So if you later rescan using the same scanner, it will update those shape cards as well. There is also a command to list all available scans in the game. I have no idea how this tool works. This is not quite how I thought that would work. Maybe there's a more basic explanation here. Probably a builder. Okay. One of the most versatile machines in RF tools, it can move a structure from one spot, even another dimension to another, rebuild a structure from one spot to another, swap structures between 2 spots, build geometrical shapes, clear out areas in a certain shape, quarry an area in a certain shape, collect items and XP in an area, and pump and place liquids. Ah, okay. So the scanner doesn't actually scan for tools, or scan for minerals or particular blocks or anything like that. The scanner is actually a copier, basically. It is something that takes a snapshot of an area. For instance, if I wanted to take this building, I would scan the area that the scanner is actually affecting, which would totally just be the building. And that would let me scan it and copy it, essentially. And then apparently with another tool, I guess that builder, we would be able to copy-paste someplace. We could cut and paste by moving that from one place to another. We can apparently rebuild using items, is what it sounded like. That's a very versatile tool. So if we needed to move anything broad, we would actually be able to do that. I don't know. That said, I don't know if I'll use it that much. I'm probably actually going to toss these. I also don't know how to charge this. So is that RF tools? I don't know how to charge it because it is at 0 out of 5,000. Yes, 0 out of 5,000 energy. I have no clue how to charge any of this. None of the power modules, machines essentially that we are using really charge, except for Pneumatic Craft, and that charges with pneumatic energy, I want to say. So I really don't know how to charge any of this. Maybe this is something later, but presumably I will have to learn how to charge things. That seems like a very, very important thing to know. We'll store this this ultimate prospector as well for now. Let's keep taking a look at all of the new achievements here. Now we have an ultimate crafting table. Craft and use the ultimate crafting table for powerful, creative style items. That looks like it is going to be from extended crafting. Crafting. But presumably, yeah, I think we have the tier 2 crafting table right now. We have the advanced crafting table. The elite crafting table is manulin luminescence for the component, and blocks of manulin. And enter biotite. I don't think we actually have any of this yet. Biotite Seeds. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff I don't yet have access to. God, there are a lot of new things in here, and I'm trying to find the most distinct path to getting to any of them. It doesn't actually look like we have a critical path here. It actually looks like we're all... Well, I guess that makes sense. If this is the final age, we no longer have any critical path because we don't have anywhere to go. That said, I don't really know where to go. Maybe we go back to the moon. It's not my favorite idea, but I suppose we were supposed to land there, and if we hadn't found a little hacky way back to get to our base, we probably would have stayed there. So it's like a blueprint maker. Yes, yes, that scanner is like a blueprint maker. But I guess we're supposed to stay on the moon, find our way back later. So I'm assuming that a lot here has to do with being on the moon. Maybe we go and do that. I think we were charging some oxygen tanks. Now we did have... There we go. We've recharged all of that. We will have to make sure to throw on all of this. Save that. The engineer's toolbox has to go back. And actually, the Stredium pickaxe will also go back. But we'll have to go and, unfortunately, take off all of our lovely, lovely armor. Throw on the... Oops. No. You all need to go. Cobblestone will actually throw back there. Let's throw on the spacesuit. Our tier 1 spacesuit. And open up this area here. And our oxygen tanks, which are all full, along with the oxygen gear and mask. Want to say that's all of them? I could be wrong. But it looks like we are safe. And we'll keep these ones here for when we eventually get back there. And let's get back to... God, I forget how slow we run without those wild dog pelt boots. Let's get back to the moon and start establishing stuff there. So, I believe that is Galactic Craft. I think what we need to do first is make some... make a nice little base up there. So... God, I don't even know how to really do that. I think we'll need this oxygen bubble distributor. Yeah, there we go. Oxygen collector, oxygen storage module, all of that stuff. We'll need to make a little base first to get oxygen. Now we'll need this bubble distributor. That'll require RF. An oxygen collector. Oh man, we're gonna have to get RF up there. Oh man. It's a good thing we were able to come back because I am super unprepared out there. How are we going to generate all of that without our lovely power system? Maybe we look at that first. Maybe that's RF tools? God, I don't even know. So there are a lot of modules it's looking like. Coal generator. That could be useful. RF from coal or charcoal. That seems like a useful one. It looks like we're finally using those Invar ingots. Could set up some of the thermal generators in space. They seem small. I don't know if they produce all that much, though. They were barely touching our medium voltage one. We had to have a good 10-odd thermoelectric generators to get that. Let's check out the immersive engineering. There was a book for that. I believe it's... Shoot, what is that book? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There was a book for you, wasn't there? Crafting and You? Something like that, maybe? No. Oops. Crafting and You. No, that's Buildcraft. Oh, man. This is one thing that's terrible about the system here. If you can't remember what something is called, and I bet it won't even be in this chest, which we can't even open because we have the drawers in front of it. It's very difficult. Manual? Maybe you'll just look at that way. Industrial foregoing. Guidebook. Buildcraft. Engineers. Something. Okay, I gotta look this up. Immersive engineering. Where is your manual? Anybody see a book here? Only 2 pages, so theoretically should be easy to find. There it is, Engineer's Manual. Did I never make it? Really? Oh, you know what? Of course it's not in here. It's in our Engineer's Toolbox. Duh. Okay. Open that up. Pull out that engineering manual. God, it's been a long time since we've touched that. Power wires, generators, thermoelectric. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually say how much this generates. I don't even know if thermal generators will work in space. Quite frankly, they could very much well not. Considering, space is exceptionally cold, and lava might just freeze there, along with the magma cubes that we've been using. A lot of that might just disappear. So I kind of don't want to rely on that. But I've got no idea how to generate RF. I really don't know what path I should be looking forward for to determine that. No, not Pneumatic Craft. Can't possibly be. Great thing about convertible power generation, you only need one type of generator. Bad thing about convertible power generation, you only need to know one type of generator, which makes this lovely system, lovely if flawed system, kind of screw me over here because it means I never learned any of the other generation techniques. Blast. Just look at generators, maybe? Oil generators, coal generators, fuel. Sort of limited solution. To make a turbine generator using gasoline and diesel. We're actually not using gasoline for anything. A gasoline generator may not be a bad idea. But that is a multi-block. Turbine controller. Flux generator. Oh man. Advanced generators. Yeah, I've really got no clue. Simple generators, maybe. Simple turbine generators. Let's take a look at that. Any guidebooks here? Not so much. Combustion, culinary, ender, another geothermal. An upgradable. Wow. Okay. Apparently this is not the direction they want you to take. Maybe I try to make this. Trying to think of what would be the best option. I'm betting that all of these different types of generators, I'm betting that the type determines the fuel that you need. So combustion, obviously pretty basic. Coal, maybe even lava, anything burnable. Culinary seems like it will use food. Ender, something having to do with the ender dimension, maybe rock, maybe ender pearl, something like that. Nether, same thing, but with the nether stuff. Soul, I assume, would be creatures of some type. And then upgradable, obviously, same thing. Geothermal seems like it would be lava. So I guess maybe combustion does not take lava. Geothermal would. Fluid, water. Yeah, we're not really sure there. I did see an advanced generator. Yeah, that was another module. I kind of thought this would lead me along by the nose a little bit more. Was in fact really kind of betting on it. At the very least, it seems like these all work pretty well. We need a... I see a gas turbine. This has a lot of modules though. I would really love a guidebook here in any of these options. Capacitors. I would love solar power. Solar generators. Got a solar panel. 8 CF per tick. What is the transfer rate between CF per RF? If it's 1-to-1, that is nowhere near enough. And it requires whatever this is. Oh, wow, what a strange. Oh, and an Inori crystal in the middle. With the atomic reconstructor. Good God. Okay. There's this is a little rough. It's a little rough here. I think these solar panels are probably the way to go. This is from Galactic Craft. Maybe I want to take a look at Galactic Craft. Galactic Craft, okay. Maybe I want to take a look at these instead, because obviously Space, Galactic Craft, all tied in together. Presumably, it wants us to figure stuff out via this option here. So lots of things that use power, not so many that actually make it. So do they have a generator of some type? Coal generator and a geothermal generator. That apparently runs on sulfur vapor. And this will use coal. I think that is our best option. Let's go make some of this. Wow. Aluminum and light gray wool for the wire. Some copper, iron, and furnace for the actual power. Unfortunately, it did not say what type of what amount of energy it'll actually create. And turbine generators seem to be the next step up using fuel. Okay. For the time being, we may not be able to spend that much time in space. I was really hoping that we would, but it doesn't seem like that'll be the case. Let's go and try to make this first. So, need wool and aluminum. We do have wool, do we not? Maybe we don't, considering, yeah, it is sort of difficult to get. We should have at least fleece, which we do. We'll need to get wicker blocks. We don't have, which was made, I want to say, out of sugarcane, which means we'll have to go and fetch some of that. Who knew surviving in space would be so financially costly? Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's gone. Okay. Let's go throw all these back. I may stick a drawer on here as well. But for now, we'll go and take that sugarcane, make it into a wicker, there it is, wicker block. 4 of those makes a box, and we'll need, I saw 1 bit of wool in there. We will need 5 more. That is 20 total of these. There we go. That'll make 5 blocks of wicker. We'll grab some fleece. Set it around it here. Make 5 blocks of wool. And grab that 1 wool at the end, along with some aluminum. To make that aluminum wire. Lovely. And with that, ooh, we actually have to make that furnace first. We should be able to make this coal generator here. And we'll hope that this outputs enough. I'm actually going to, oops, did not mean to throw that on here. I'm actually going to test a few things while we're already here on the ground. So that's not generating anything. Can I use charcoal? If we can use charcoal, we're set. Because we have lots and lots and lots of charcoal. We can. Okay. Hull heat. Ah, okay. Okay, and it does increase in power, or in the RF per tick. Up to 75. Okay, so a couple of these, and I think we should be good to set up at least to that first bubble generator. We will need some sort of power connector. Wire, maybe? Right, we have the aluminum wire. So that should do the trick. We'll go and take that out so it's not wasting that anymore. We'll actually take this apart. We should be able to access all of our storage systems from the moon. We'll go make 4 total of these. Whoops. Well, I guess we'll have one extra. And then another one of you. 2, 3. There we go. And we'll grab some charcoal just to start off the process. They each generate 75 each. We should now have access to 300 total RF per tick. And now that, whoops, if we check out Galactic Craft again, the bubble distributor here, I'm hoping it does not require oxygen. Oh, no, scratch that. I do need to get an oxygen collector. We won't actually have that. Except for the part where we will hopefully be able to use leaves in space. Green leaves are growing crops. Can we go and make this? Probably not. We have one here. We have one here on Earth. Maybe we take that from here and move it to space? Could be a useful thing. We'd probably need to set up a little farm. Get it going. An oxygen compressor. Does this require a compressor here? Doesn't look like it. And an oxygen storage module. Cargo loaders and unloaders. Okay, second thing that I want to do is make a vacuum sealed base up there. Unfortunately, I can't quite tell what the walls would be made out of. Okay, they got the windows. Blocks. Is it just any of the any block making a sealed room here? Not quite sure. Okay, you know what? Maybe before we get set up there, with our own little base, maybe we should explore around a little. We really have not done that. We've really only made our teleporter back, and that and nothing else. So maybe we start wandering around the lunar surface and seeing what we can find out there. We do have our teleport back. I do believe it is this star. Yes, it is. Hopefully I don't immediately suffocate to death here. Okay, I did not. Right, and floaty jumping, because we are on the moon, is also re-present. We've got our lovely Lunar Lander here. Not a ton of space. I'm actually going to mark this so we don't lose it on the journey map here. I'll just stand right over here. And that is our portal back home. There we go. There's a whole lot of nothing out here. Scratch that. There is something over there. We've got meteors coming down. We will go take I think we actually need these fallen meteors for something. There we go. Raw meteoric iron. I think we need quite a bit of that, actually. I think that is our next level object. And we'll go and use for crafting. Our next step up, as it were. Go and grab that. It is deathly quiet out here, which is about as expected. And there are these lovely, lovely villages full of trees. High environmental pressure. Our oxygen's doing okay. It's not doing great. But these, I do believe, are these sealed rooms? Tin wall block. Yeah, so I think if we close these up, we should be good. An alien villager. I need a frequency module to communicate with them, though. But these wall blocks, these tin wall blocks, should be able to hold pressurization if we go and seal up one of them. It looks like there are 2 huts in this entire village. Not a very large village, as things were, but that kind of makes sense. Ooh, but this one, hold up, this one has a glass ceiling. Do these other ones already have one? I can't tell. I think they may have. I think I just did not see that. So let's go and make one of these airtight, shall we? I think I'll go take off some of the corners of these other blocks, seal the other sides, and go and get one sealed up that way. Hope these guys don't mind too much that I'm tearing up their houses. And they do have the glowstone torches, because normal torches, obviously, in a low or no oxygen environment, won't burn. So we'll go and tear out that guy's house, just a little bit, so the slightest bit, so we can seal off this one here, make ourselves a little safe zone. And I hope this guy doesn't mind too much that we're reaccommodating ourselves in his house, in his home here. And then we'll just need an airlock to go and get that sealed. All right, excellent. We have our first room. I'm not quite sure how I'm eating through my space helmet, but we'll ignore that part. So, from there, we got some trees. I do believe planting these will actually... the reason that there are these tree farms is because, you will need oxygen out here, and getting those leaves is one of the ways to do it. Luckily for us, though, we have access to our storage chest. So let's go take that oxygen collector. Well, I guess we don't quite have that yet, because that's still placed down on Earth, isn't it? Let's go run back to our portal. We have confirmed that there is a settlement in which we can live. So we'll start that over there. Are there enemies on the moon? Yes, there are. We encountered a few spacefaring enemies in the caves when we were setting up our portal up there. They just had a bunch of space helmets and suits and stuff on. So not quite the unique area that we were hoping for, but it will do the job. That one is our house, so we'll get back there. We'll start figuring this out. So, what to do first? God, I don't know. I should have done research. I thought it would hold my hand a little bit more, getting up there, considering it's, hostile and everything. Quite hostile. Literally, the environment there is as hostile as you can get. It doesn't seem like that'll be the option here. Ooh, right. High power. Forgot about that. Our fluid tank should be full of oxygen, right? So we could use that as for the time being. An oxygen collector is a good idea. An oxygen compressor. This will be where we get our storage tank. We could just move this whole setup up there. Unfortunately, it does require RF. And I can't quite tell how much. Seems like we're keeping on track with things with a medium voltage wire. I don't know the number of RF this is transferring. I guess it can't be more than 1024 IF per tick. Our Abyssal Nomicon is still charging, of course. That's still a lot of RF for our coal generators to provide, though. That's a whole lot of these. As it's mentioned, though, it's not a very efficient option. We'll grab some charcoal, I guess. God, do we go up there? Do we try to take it like that? I don't even know. This is at least full. Oxygen compressor. Maybe we just bring the whole setup up there. That would mean we can't come back here and refill, though. At least not without removing the whole thing. Forget it. Maybe we build more. Okay. Let's do a little bit more preparation. We'll take off our spacesuit here. We'll take off all of these. Go and toss them in here. And do a little bit more preparation for the moon. And you can go back as well. So, we need oxygen collector for up in space, an oxygen compressor for up in space. And we've kind of got a source of RF. It's not great, but it will have to do. Now, what does that oxygen collector require? And we'll just do it that way. There we go. Get that oxygen collector. That requires compressed steel, an oxygen fan, tin canister, an oxygen vent, 2 compressed aluminum, and this oxygen concentrator, which itself will require a whole lot of stuff. So this compressor is going to get work out of it from Galactic Craft. Maybe I should make 2 of these, actually. Maybe I should make another compressor. Doesn't seem to require any energy. Just requires some fuel, which we are using sticks for. Yeah, maybe we do that. At least that way we can make more of these more quickly. Galactic Craft. So that seems very doable. Ooh, we will need more soul-forged steel. That was a fair time investment. Along with this ender alloy. But I think that's doable. I think that's very doable. Mark the settlement on the map. I am able to see it from the drop point from our Lunar Lander over there, so I'm not too worried about that. It's a time investment to go get this working. So maybe we're going to be using it a lot, though. Like, my God, are we going to be using it? Okay, I think I'm going to actually go for the investment. So first things first, soul-forged steel. I remember that being quite the pain in the rear. I believe, once you get past all of these, you need the soul urn, you need an iron ingot, you need charcoal or coal dust. So soul urn is going to be the harder part. That is going to be us throwing in ground netherrack to turn into hellfire dust, 8 of it, or apparently soul dust into sawdust. Interesting. Not sure what that one comes from. Bloodwood. But we go and take the soul dust. That'll bring us to the stoked cauldron. No. Hold on a second. I've lost it. Okay. Soul forge 2. There we go. So we got the soul urn. We've got iron. Coal dust is easy to make. It's just going to throw that into the grinder. And we'll be good. So the soul urn is the hardest part here. Do we have an urn already? No, I think we used them all up, didn't we? Because they need to be crafted. So the urn is made how? That is made in the stoked kiln, the unfired urn, which is a block of clay. So we need 4 blocks of clay. No, 7 blocks of clay. And each of those is made with 4. So that'll be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be 7. We'll go and stick this into our compressor, our, not quite called a compressor yet, horse press. There we go. I think there's actually a better way to do this, but the horse press is the one we have set up. We'll go and stick that on there. He will get that compressed. I will pull out my old armor, since we are running around the surface now. And that'll be that. And we'll get some of the clay back from that, luckily, as we spin that on the table. And then while we're doing that, check out the oxygen collector, see what we can start making now. Compressed steel, I think, is something good to start with. We'll need total 4, 8, and in here another 4, 5, so that is 12, 13 total steel. So let's grab all of those. And each of those is going to be pretty costly, isn't it? That is going to be this times 2. Oh, no, that's actually 1-to-1. Okay, so not quite as costly as I thought. And the hydraulic press apparently does that the same way. So let's grab, what do we say, 13? So 26? 26 total. We'll go and get that compressed in our current compressor. There we go, and that will burn and compress that slowly. Are you all done here? Wow, you are. That was amazingly fast. Apparently horse press is not that bad an option. We'll get set up on top of the tilt-a-wheel here. Turntable. We will have to make sure to grab this when it comes out. There's the planter. Kind of cycles through all of these. We will be waiting for the very last one here. The vase, and there it is, the urn. We've got that. We've got a bunch of clay back. Not too bad. Unfortunately, all we really have to do is wait for this, and that's going to take quite some time. Just because of the way that this goes. This is on the fastest setting, I do believe. There's 2. This is on the fastest setting, right? I think it is. Go. Yeah, that is the fastest setting. We've got the vase, and last but not least, there we go. So, not a fantastically fun option, but it is going to get the job done. And having 2 compressors will be very, very nice. That'll just be fantastic. It'll mean we can do double the work, basically, for scarcely more cost. Got 4. We're already over halfway done. We just have to wait for this. There's not too much interesting to say about this. By the time we get done with this, it should be done with our steel. Compressed steel? Can't even remember what it is. Yeah, compressed steel. There we go. And last one, very last one here. Got all 6 of them. We can start throwing these in the kiln over there. Now, we were considering changing that kiln design so that we could actually have a placer as well as a collector there. There we go. That's all of that. We can stick the excess clay in. But the way that it is, unfortunately, this just kind of goes in and it'll break. I think we can actually remove this top block. Yeah, there we go. So once it breaks, it just pops off. I think we can remove that top block, put a placer up there, and put, say, a hopper or something over here. We do still need that block on the bottom, unfortunately. So I'm actually going to test that out. I'll go break the top of this. If I place this in, it still breaks. Okay. So that Still works. Go stick that brick back. So now we could place a placer block. I do believe it works this way. I do believe we could stick it on the top and have it facing downwards, though I could be wrong about that. I guess for now we'll just do this all manually. We've got our urn. So let's take a quick break from working in the workshop here. God, I love being fast again. Run back to this workshop where the compressed steel is all done. And let's go grab some more sticks, actually. Still have 9,000. Refuel, retop off that fuel in there. What else do we need? We need that compressed aluminum. And compressed tin. And lots of compressed tin at that. I think, since aluminum's only being used twice, we'll do that. And we conveniently already have one. Unfortunately, we can only get them in groups of 2. We'll do that and then get out the tin that we need. So we will need... this will be basic tin, so we don't care about that. This doesn't use any at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total. Okay. Very, very doable. Assuming we have tin. Platinum. There it is, tin. There we go. And as soon as we take that, that should start working. Again. Maybe we didn't need to make another compressor. I think we will eventually need it, though. No matter what here, I think we'll end up using that in great enough amounts that it'll start to become useful to have 2. Even if it's not, you know, we're already most of the way down the, well, part way down the path. So, probably not the worst idea to continue down there. And who knows, maybe we can even use this, use one of these up in space. As in, we can have use for it. That'll be that. We now need to get soul-forged steel, and that will be crushing. So netherrack. I believe we crush this up in a millstone. The crusher is probably better. It turns it into ground netherrack 1-to-1. Which means we will need 8 times 7. 56. Total netherrack. To make that up. And we'll stick it in the crusher, because that should do the job pretty quickly. I think the crusher's probably our fastest machine here. And the lava is... Ooh, ow. Running a little low. Let's see, we'll store some water in there. Okay, pour all that lava out. Oh, hold on a minute. Maybe we shouldn't do that yet. Whoops. Okay, we'll let that fill up. We'll unpour that. We'll feed it all back in. And then we will grab our water back out. Okay, and you can click on the water to filter it to the bottom. There we go, pour that out. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And we'll go refetch this out before we refill this with lava. And thanks to the wonders of the Tinker's Tank. Yep, lava is still on the bottom. Thanks to the wonders of the Tinker's Tank, it will not combine those into obsidian or anything. That works just as it is, which is just fantastic. And this will take quite some time to go and filter out. Now, we can start getting those urns placed down. It will be a very manual process. Getting this. Should place it and just slaps right into the underside of that. We can start grabbing some netherrack, even though we don't have all of it down yet. We'll have to divvy them up into 8s, because we do need... Okay, that's actually almost done. I'll just wait for that to finish. We do need each 8 to fill up its own urn. So If we put in too many, then we end up not getting enough soul urns from the process. Nothing resulting from any of these, which I didn't really expect there to be. Man, I remember when this was the pinnacle of technology, when we didn't have to do base and stuff anymore, but... Ah, there we go. There's the ground netherrack. We will put these in batches of 8. They should each individually make their own soul urn, and then we will be set, and we'll have a bunch of hellfire dust for, well, just extra hellfire dust. And there we go. We got a soul urn. Down to the bottom. Uh-oh. Okay. Luckily, even if it stops halfway, we should be okay here. It should still come out of the bottom here. There's 3. Put the 4th down there. Uh-oh. Did we lose? Yep, we lost one into the hopper system. That's fine. 5. 6. And last but not least, actually the last one, most important because we don't have this one, we have problems occur. And 7, that is all of the ones we need. We have a bunch of hellfire ingots that we don't need. And soul urns, which we will convert into... Where's that compressor? Soul forged steel. And that is a process. Will require iron and charcoal dust. Probably should have done that before, actually. Charcoal dust is the one we will be using. We're actually going to need to check and clear the... grab some charcoal first. The Steve's cart. So we'll need 7 of you. Just go in there. We will, since we are using charcoal for fuel on the moon, we're going to need a lot of that. We have a lot, but wow, good God. Steve's cart, all right? Something happened to it? No, it's still going. Amazingly, this hasn't filled up yet. I really thought it would be by this point. How are these sticks? I bet that is... Well, actually, no, they're doing all right. I guess I just haven't been over here for long enough for that to become an issue. Thought these would both be filled up. How is our wood doing? 8K still. Do we collect some of this? I say... Yes, just the wood. 2 rows should be enough to keep that area filled, or cleared, as it were. This is doing pretty well. This isn't doing too bad. Though I can see that it's not actually chopping any wood. Why is that? Okay, so clearly some problems are occurring here. Ah, okay. Repair this tool with platinum. Okay, so let's grab some platinum. The actual front of the tool here is broken. Ooh, and that's going to require a lot of platinum, isn't it? We're actually stealing sticks off of this belt. I don't quite want to do that yet. Let's see how much one of these platinum is going to do. I'm estimating about halfway. I don't think it'll get much further than that, if there at all. Maybe a third. You can't see it going fixing this up here. That should mean that the actual chopping gets restarted here. Yeah, it looks like it will do about halfway. We'll leave that other one in there. So that can go and patch itself up. There we go. All right. So I guess we know why our Steve's cart didn't actually overfill. Because it completely ran out of chopping capability. Totally forgot that it could do that. But that means we will need to go grab more wood out of there, I'm sure, in no time. Maybe I should grab a obsidian chest and store that there. Maybe even separate out just the wood, put that in the obsidian chest. We do have item transfers from Cyclic. Item cables here. I think I will. Do I have any obsidian chests just laying around? No, but I do have obsidian, and I do have chests, I want to say. So, take that. Take some obsidian, and wrap it around. There we go, obsidian chest. And then for the item cables, we only need the extractor. So what is that exactly? Item extraction cable. A dropper. Very doable. Wonder if I had a spare. Ooh, a weighted pressure plate actually is something that I do need to make wholesale. I do need to grab the iron, turn it into plates, that whole shebang. Still sad that I can't do that in my inventory yet. Iron here. We'll go and plate that. There's plates, right? Yeah, it is. And turn you into lovely pressure plate. And last but not least, make one of you. I guess that was the last of our iron nuggets, since it didn't try to make more. But we should be able to filter this out. I think these automatically have filters. So we'll just slap this, say, over here. It was on loud list. As we get beaten up by a zombie here. And the only thing allowed to go in is wood. So that should, there we go, suck all the wood out. Leaving this just for apples and saplings. And we've got lots and lots of space for that wood. Those are the only two things I really care about, really need. So we should be good there. And let's go and pick up a plant fiber from somewhere. I guess from that grass we chopped. Let's go and make all the rest of this, shall we? So, what do we need for this oxygen collector? Need the fan. That is... Oh, we need an Invar gear for that. We may or may not have Invar. I do remember we made some accidentally. And we actually have enough to make that gear just in the press here. If we go and toss them on the belt, that'll be able to be stamped. It must have been the conversion ratio why I had an extra there, why I had so many extra. There are those extra Invar gears, or there's those extra Invar converted into a gear. Then we can grab those steel. Oh no, we still have those in our inventory. Convert that, and we have an oxygen fan. Next on the block, tin canister. Should be able to make one of those, unless we already have them. That does make it in two. Fortunately, no dice. So that'll be the tin canister done. For this, we'll actually... right, we'll end up using both of them anyway, so we'll be okay here. We've got the compressed aluminum. We need the oxygen vent. 2 of those, actually, as well. Which means we need more tin. Compressed tin. Don't we? Yes, we do. Just 2, luckily. Since we do have this spare just sitting around. Right, that is compressed tin? Yeah. Get that going. Other oxygen vent, that's totally fine. We will need one more compressed steel. Did we have any spares in here? I don't think we did. But because of our miscalculation, that will be a little bit rough. A little unfortunate. We'll have to make 2, get a spare there. Got our tin, we've got our steel. All that's left is this. Which we should be able to make, right? Yeah, oxygen concentrator. Now, can we throw this together? I guess we can. Why did I have so much more compressed steel than I needed? Good question. I have no effing clue. Somewhere I did the math very, very wrong. Okay, but it's done, I guess. Weird. That's another oxygen collector done. Oh, you know what? It was because we were making the compressor, making another compressor here. I forgot that oxygen collector. All of that resource that I was making. No, because this actually doesn't require it either. Where the heck did I get all this extra stuff? All that extra steel? I guess I just must have done the math there. Super freaking wrong. Was way off on the math. That will require aluminum plates. We've got the ability to make soul-forged steel. And we keep forgetting about it because I keep going back to other projects. There we go. There's our charcoal dust. Why I'm making this other compressor? At this point, I have no clue. I thought it would be useful, but making the oxygen turned out to be a lot easier than it would be. Iron, space iron. I guess we'll throw this one on the moon. Just because. Let's see. It's a stoked cauldron that makes this, right? No, it is a stoked crucible. Okay. So you all can go in there. You will be stoked, unfortunately, rather slowly. Yeah, there you go. Not the best, but it will have to do. That'll slowly turn that into soul-forged steel, and we'll be able to use that to make this. Now, next thing up on the chopping block, aluminum plates. Shouldn't be too bad here. That'll just go through the normal metal press. We need advanced ender alloy here. Eyes of ender, purple blocks, shulker shells, and end rods. So, do we have any? No, we don't have any already. We don't have eyes of ender either. We do need ender pearls, which apparently we just have outright. We just need one, because we are only making one ender eye. We need blaze powder, which we have plenty of. And then purple blocks, end rods, and shulker shells. Do you still have shulker shells? And is the ratio... Yeah, just one shulker shell. 4 purple blocks. And end rods. 2, I want to say. Yes. And throw that all into the arc furnace. In which locations? The Eye of Ender goes in. That's the actual unit. And then this, there we go, turns that into what we need. We've got both Ender alloy. Sweet. Which means the only thing we need are a piston, which we may or may not have some of. Scratch that, we don't have any. So we will need some iron plates. Not half slabs, the sidings, that's what it is. Which we still have, lovely. Another iron plate to add to our collection. And we already pulled that out. redstone and cobblestone, and I think we should have all of that here. We will not be using the octine. No, thank you. And the Natura furnace, so luckily we already have that one extra furnace. We just need another brick, I want to say. Go over the top and like that, or am I mistaking something? I know, another brick all the way around and a blaze powder at the bottom. There we go. Now we have the ability to make another compressor. Not like that, though. We do still need those soul-forged steel ingots, which may or may not be done by now. God, that charging. There's really a lot of lightning there, and it is not at all pleasant. How are you doing? You've got 3 out of all of those 7, so this is going to take a bit of time. At least I think this means that our abyssal object here should be done with, or should be nearing completion with the lightning striking this much. Oh, lovely. We have learned there is a ritual for this to get rid of all of the Shoggoth ooze, but as that would use PE, and that's kind of the source of our issues anyway. I don't think we're going to use that one. Now, someone did suggest that we make a cobblestone generator, because at the rate we are using cobblestone, it's just, we're using it left and right here. Just a vanilla one, as they very logically said. I was thinking about overcomplicating things. How are you doing, though? Let's just rip that off the pedestal, take a look. 33,000, okay. Wait a minute, 33,000 out of 40,000. Oh, no, we never turned this into an abyssal one. Abyssal Nomicon. Oh, no. Uh-oh. We had all the other components, right? I think we did. What are we missing here? We were missing something on top. Essence of the Gatekeeper. We had that, right? We already had that. We picked that up last time, right? No. No. That can't possibly be it. We definitely had that. Essence of the Gatekeeper. We definitely had that. Okay, I recall very specifically picking up that Essence of the Gatekeeper. Did it not work? What went wrong there? You definitely grabbed it. Okay, that's what I thought. And I thought we already upgraded this. What on earth went on there? Okay, I'm going to call that one a glitch. I'm going to go pick up one of these. Just one, thank you. Turn that off. I wonder what the heck went wrong. There we go, in the Abyssal Nomicon. So, I swear we already took that stuff. I swear we charged this. Just a bug, maybe? Yeah, so it's clearly something rolled back here. I wonder what else I've missed out on then. Huh. Okay, I hope that whatever bug caused that to roll back, hope that didn't make things happen. Maybe that was a negative effect of charging it? I can't imagine that it would be, though. I really have no clue. I think that was just a loading bug or something. Something had happened there to make that an issue. We got back most of our urns. We got our soul-forged steel ingot, which means we should be able to go and do that, which means we should be able to make this compressor. That'll be our Spaceborne Compressor. We'll throw that up in space since it just requires fuel, no power, and that will allow us to do anything we need to in terms of space compression up there. So we've got those two done. Ow. I think we may... God, I need to stop going over there. I think we may go and maybe take The oxygen compressor. Do we make one? Do we take one? I think we probably should make one. And a fluid tank would not go amiss either. So the oxygen compressor, that would be a good idea to have. Oh, apparently there's an upgraded version here. Magnesium ingots. Interesting. We'll just look for the basic one at this point. That will require compressed bronze, more compressed steel, more compressed aluminum, and this will require more compressed tin and whatnot. So, we'll go back to making all of that. I think we should have compressed bronze. Yeah, we do. Because that seemed like it would very much only use one, and that is the only thing I could possibly think that it would use. We'll go save that up here. So we need 4, 8, 9 compressed steel. Conveniently, we already have those. Let's do it like that. We need 3 more compressed aluminum. Which means we will only need to do 2 of those. Maybe I really didn't need to make a compressor after all. And then 6 compressed tin? Yes. 6 compressed tin in a tin canister. Which we do, or which we will have an extra of. So let's get those tin ingots compressed up, shall we? At least this isn't too bad in terms of what it requires. Yeah, we really didn't need another compressor. We'll move one to the moon. Definitely because you were excited about how you have no more hidden knowledge. Oh, we're talking about the Abyssal Nomicon. Yeah, I thought so. I wonder why it got set back. That must have been something to do with the loading. Yeah, I can't imagine that would be a charging benefit or detriment. So that seems like a really terse detriment to go and get. We should be able to make... We've got the tin canister. Can we just make this outright? No, I think we need to make this oxygen vent first. And then now we should be able to make the oxygen concentrator and then this lovely oxygen compressor with 4 more steel still going. If it's a charging detriment, it literally soft locks you. You can't get another essence of the Gatekeeper. Yeah, that's correct. Doubt it's intentional. I certainly hope so. Ooh. A little lightning going off, and I think this lightning is actually lightning, instead of the summoned stuff from the Necronomicon charging. But we should have all of the machines here that we will need to have a successful moon base. I think. I hope, I think. I really hope. One last thing that I will get is a fluid tank. I just want to see if I have any to spare, and it doesn't look like it. Now, I believe I connected this up. Ooh, stop. Okay. I believe I connected this up, yeah, using these fluid pipes to connect it all here and there, hither and thither. I think we have some more fluid extractors. Yes, we do. And a lot more fluid pipes. So we should be able to be good to set up the oxygen collector up there. Now, getting leaves is a must at this point. Or I guess it's leaf? Nah, we still don't have any of those. So we'll need that flint and shear. Rather, just the flint shears, not a flint and shear. Because we will need to go and grab some leaves from somewhere. There were plants up there, but I would rather they stick around. I don't know if they'll die or anything, but we'll go and collect this on Earth. We'll actually take care of these extra ones. I don't think the woodcutter can actually get to these ones. I should be collecting more wood, thankfully, now that we have fixed up the blades that had worn down. And how is that doing? Lovely. It is doing very well. And I'm realizing here that I actually can automate terracotta creation. We were having an issue with that. There was the... I want to say it was a cyclic tool. But it had the ability to create terracotta. We couldn't figure out, though, how to get it out without sucking out the colored terracotta that we were putting in. But now we know we can use cyclic pipes to have a whitelist and have that work that way. Olive leaves. I would like some oak leaves, because we are using oak trees, and I'm not sure if the other types of leaves actually work or not with them. Perhaps I shouldn't have done this in the nighttime in the rain. Sensing that this may be a mistake. Azurite. Do we have that marked down here? On the journey map? What is azurite? So that is copper. Okay. We'll just mark down copper here. We have gotten used to doing that pretty regularly. This is willow. Definitely not what we need, and a creeper to boot. Where are our oak trees? More olive. Lots of olive, actually. Here we go. Here are some oak trees. Okay, we'll go get some of those. I think, yeah, zombies are actually picking them up. That's a little inconvenient, but that should have given us a fair amount, 49. I don't know what the maximum radius of the oxygen collector is, and I don't think it says here. Yeah, just the surrounding area. So it doesn't say what the radius of it is either. So we'll just have to hope that it's enough. Let's go run back. Our pig farm is... Ooh. Is doing a little too much. So let's turn the breeder off for now. And honestly, the grower could use some stocking up. But at least we know that that's working. If we go down below here, next time we go back to Blood Magic, we will have quite the stock of pigs backed up here. As long as they don't bounce each other to death too much. But that we are not going back to magic. We are fully pursuing technology right now. Got our oak leaves. We will get some oak wood. Let's say 2. We'll surround it on both sides. And I think we're actually prepared here to go back to the moon. So let's grab those cyclic fluid pipes. I do believe we will need 2. Maybe a few pipes in addition to those extraction cables. No, we'll actually need 3. Oh, we've forgotten the most important component. The bubble generator. Yes, the bubble distributor here. So that will require a whole lot of work. So that is at least 2 Invar gears, along with 8 iron, 10 iron, more compressed aluminum, and 6 tin. At least it doesn't require another oxygen compressor or whatever that material component is that we've used for the rest of these. Okay. Well, we don't have any more compressed aluminum, I believe. Yeah. Unfortunately, that was one of the casualties in making the other modules. So we'll need to make more of that, which will leave us with an extra. Bit of a shame, but ultimately, that's what you got. We need 810 steel. So we've got that much. We will need to make 6. There we go. 3, 4, 5, 6 of these into compressed steel. And tin as well. 6 more of that, which will take a while. And then we'll need those Invar, that Invar created here. Steel. The fans are just Invar and steel. Oxygen vents are tin. Okay. Yeah, the only thing we have left to grab is that Invar. Good God. Whoa, 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 whoa. Something explode? What was that? I heard an explosion, very distinctly. Anything in here? No. I guess that must have been on this side, where the charging is taking place? Everything is still functional over here. Where the hell was that explosion? Maybe the lightning struck something that wasn't so nice, but thank God, at least the storm is clearing up. What a freaking storm that was. Okay, it looks like everything's still fine. I wonder what that was all about then. But what were we in the middle of? Right, making Invar. So what is the process of making you? Molten Invar is made by alloying iron and nickel. 1 to 1. 2 to 1. 2 to 1. Iron and nickel. I think we should have a bit of each of that. We need... How many? These will grant us additional. We have 1. We need 7. 8 total. So I guess we're just going to be making batches of this. I guess that was why it used so much. That much nickel should do good. Iron, we will need 9 of, unfortunately. Should give us more than enough, though. And if we stick them all in there, we should alloy into Invar, and we'll be able to cast those into ingots. I suppose we could skip the middleman and cast some of them into gears. But that'll take a little bit of time, regardless, for them to smelt up to that point. And the lava here is also not doing so hot. Go and store that again. Run this down. And that's just about full up. Rest of you go back. Water comes back to the bottom and gets poured, and we're good. Wait some pizza while we wait for that. One thing that I have to say, faucets, not the best for pouring. There we go. We have Invar that actually needs to come to the bottom. Oh, and I guess we overstacked the... Right, it was 1 to 2, not 1 to 3. Okay, so we'll have a little extra iron in there. That's okay. That's all right. That's not the worst thing in the world. And then after this is finished, we can swap out the casts and just cast the rest into ingots, which should be totally very much fine. You go back, you come in here, and all of these get turned into something lovely. There we go. 2 oxygen fans made. Are we good here? We done? No, not quite. Oh, did we use more compressed steel? I thought we had enough compressed steel. Hold on a second. Invar and the iron can go back, of course. And last one. Are we really low on compressed steel? Ah, right. We forgot a few steps, I think. Yeah, I got the compressed tin now. There we go. We've got those oxygen vents. What happened to the fans? There they are. They're in there. We can actually store everything in there. I guess we're just short on the steel. I can't believe we undermade that. I thought for sure steel would be the one thing that we had settled. But I guess not. We've just got to wait for this, and then hopefully, maybe, probably, it'll be fine. And I'm actually going to get... Oh, come on. Fluid tanks here. So, to make those fluid tanks... This one. We need to get a bunch of normal fluid tanks. That'll be a bunch of small ones. And that will be glass around iron plates. Very doable. We will need 8 iron plates, though. Which means throwing that through the machine. We'll go and make this. That way the oxygen collector can go and grab as much as it physically can and store it in here. 512 buckets of oxygen should hopefully last us plenty of time, assuming that it stops once the room is compressed. The compressed area is filled with oxygen. I'm really hoping that it does, because that way we will be able to store extra here. No clue whether or not that's going to be the case, but we shall see. And I guess, oh man, we've got so many more steps. Because I'm realizing here we are going to need more than that. So do we have everything here required? Should. There we go. Bubble distributor. We've got the bubble distributor, basic level. That'll be... Ooh, my god. Oh, my god. I was about to say that'll be where most of our RF comes in. How the heck are we going to power all of this? Coal and alone will not be enough. That will absolutely not take care of that. God, I wish I could wire it up there. This gas turbine could do it. Advanced generators. Assuming, of course, that it takes gasoline. I have no particular clue, though. Evidently, we were even less prepared. Okay, so let's break it down. We need power to power all of this. We don't have enough with just the coal generators. That is what I thought we would be able to use, but that's really, really not going to be the case. That is definitely not going to work. Energy storage module, probably a good part of what will eventually become our base up there. Let's start saving things that we will eventually need. Energy storage module, check. A deconstructor. Okay, that'll salvage materials. Don't quite need that. I don't quite want it. Electric compressor. No. That is just the electrified version of the compressor. I think the normal compressor is probably fine. Coal generator would have been nice. I would have loved for that to power our system here. But I think we're going to have to make this basic solar panel system here. Wow, good God. So that's going to be one hell of a system. That said, seems like the advanced one is not that much more expensive. Steel, a full solar panel. Yeah, it's really not any different, other than this heavy aluminum wire, which is just aluminum ingot on top of aluminum wire on top of any type of wool or vice versa. So an advanced solar panel array seems like it would be a better option. We'll save that. We'll see if we can use that for power. We'll see how much power that outputs. Parachest. Fall from the sky after landing on certain planets, moons, such as Earth. Okay. I have no idea what that's all about then. Maybe we can't even make that. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can. I think that's just a random drop. But we want, let's see, a door sealer, oxygen sealer. We'll check for an enclosed space. If the space is enclosed, it will fill with breathable air. One room in your space base with a breathable atmosphere. Supply this with breathable oxygen mixture from a oxygen collector, oxygen storage module. All walls of the room must be solid. Find leaks using sensor glasses. Maximum 10 by 10 by 8. I think those rooms should be less than that. But apparently the bubble generator is not what we were or what we were needing here. So what is this? What's the difference between these two? Bubble environment in space where players and other creatures can breathe. Okay, so okay, so that the other one is for a room specifically. We've actually been pursuing the wrong one. This one is just if we were in space, out in the middle of nowhere, or rather in an unenclosed space. The bubble distributor would be the one to just create a central bubble that we could actually stand in and breathe. So we actually need this oxygen sealer instead. And that, luckily, actually requires less RF per second than we need. I'm actually noticing RF per second and RF per tick, two different objects here. Because we are looking for, where was that? Coal generator. I think we calculated the output of one of these as 75 RF per, I want to say it was per tick. I want to say it was per tick and not per second. I suppose we could test that, but I don't really feel like whipping that out and testing it at the moment. But I want to say that that was per tick. So maybe that could just power one of these. Regardless, actually, even if it's per second, it can actually power an oxygen sealer at the very minimum. But I would still like an advanced solar panel, just so we don't have to always continually refuel. We'll probably do the coal generator just up there, just in case. But doing this option would probably be better. I'm also realizing I will probably be using a lot of wool. And getting wool automatically would probably be a good idea. It's looking like a lot of this is very manual, but collecting the actual wool itself is going to be a bit of a problem. So we may need another animal rancher. God, there are so many intermediary steps here. I just wanted to explore the moon, you know. I guess it does make sense that going to a different planet would probably take a little bit more planning and forethought than we have thus far given it. But that should be over. Could set up another one over there. I think we might just put it next to our cow here. Or hell, maybe we put that cow. No, I think the cow and the milk system chain are probably doing fine. We'll stick another one here, perhaps, and just create a drawer or something to go and do that. But for that, we will need another animal rancher. That should, I believe... Oh, get that out. I should... Yeah, shear sheep, which will get the fleece. And apparently gets ink sacs from squids. That's the unique one. But that'll require its own investment of time just to make that machine core, as always. God, that's a pain in the rear to make. Maybe we make that next process, because I do believe machine down here, case, actually has a second option here with compact machines, multi-block miniaturization. Ooh. I was about to say it would be easier, but it may still take as much effort. We do still have to make the multi-blocks. Maybe we stick on this for the time being. Regardless, we will want that, rancher. We're going to want that to have automatic wool collection. We'll make the oxygen sealer first. We will need more wool. Maybe we make the rancher first, just so we don't have to keep worrying about this. God, I don't know anymore. I really do not. I think first things first. So we are using the cyclic pipes for these. Should we still use the cyclic pipes for these? Somebody was saying that Mechanism's pipes were vastly superior. That said, I don't see any pipes. Here we go. Cables. Universal cables. RF, EU, or joules. There we go. Mechanical cables. Pressurized cables to transfer gas. Logistical cables. Or transporters. Transport. Materials. Items and blocks. Unfortunately, these require basic control units, which require this metallurgic infuser and osmium. Is this worth it? I have no idea. So the metallurgic infuser seems pretty basic. The basic infusing factory seems like the next step up. Left shift and M. Upgrade to regular machinery. God, do I not understand this at all. But that requires the metallurgic infuser. Maybe we back off on the moon. I was thinking that the moon was the next step, the great next step to unlocking things and advancing things, but I do remember osmium on the ground here on Earth. So we'll do one thing for the moon. We will set up a basic sealed base in one of those villagers' houses using the oxygen sealer here. That requires 4 compressed aluminum, 6 tin, 4 steel, 8 steel, and an invar ingot again. So we did end up making the wrong machine here with the bubble distributor, unfortunately. I'll actually go throw that back there. Everything else, though, should be fine. Compressor and collector are both going to be required. Nonetheless, we will make this solar panel. So we'll focus the rest of this stream on getting our moon base set up, and then next time we will give up on the moon for now, until we need to progress down that path and focus on mechanism, since it seems like mechanism is a way to go, and apparently the mechanism pipes are just rad. But let's get to the oxygen sealer. So, 4 compressed aluminum. Fortunately, we have one. Unfortunately, that will not be the case. We'll actually slap down the second compressor, just so that we have it going here. And so we need sticks to power the thing. And this one's probably not doing too great on power either, is it? And then steel, right? Got 8 here ready to be made. And tin, 6 of that. And 6. The oxygen fan is more steel and Invar. Okay, so we just need to make that Invar. How much do we have here? 2. Unfortunately, not enough. And it is a 1-to-2 ratio. Make sure I remember that this time. Of nickel to iron. Oh, right, and we should use the clusters. Nickel to iron, that should do the trick. And we'll go and take that last Invar and throw it in there. We'll smelt it straight into a gear. That should do the trick. Now, these should be, yep, all done. Lovely. We should be able to make the oxygen vents here. Lickety split. I've still got way more compressed steel. Is the recipe for this... Am I just doing the math wrong? Is it giving me extra? Thought I should have been fine. Ah, no, it's because I need this over here. That's right. So that's why I have extra. Read all about it. Got the compressed aluminum. We do need the oxygen fan, but we can't do that until the Invar comes in. And that should mean that this is all good. That is all Invar in there, which means it should fill this up perfectly. There we go. We'll slap that out. That back in. And we've got our Invar gear, which means we make this oxygen fan again. And should be able to make the sealer. Lovely. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. Exactly done. We should by now have those 4 iron plates, which means we can make the tanks. I believe it's the normal ones. Scratch that. Yes, so they start with the small here. That'll make that. We'll make a singular normal. Right, and we need gold plates to wrap this in. Okay, and that is going off. We'll need gold plates to go and get that one settled. Once we wrap that, we'll have our storage for oxygen. And we should be good. So we've got the sealer. We could start on the advanced solar panel here. That said, that requires a little bit more work. The energy storage module we do, or will, eventually need. If we don't need it now, we will later. Let's get on that. And actually, slots of this is requiring steel. Go and throw that in there. We have a few bits of coke dust, but The rest of that should work out fine. That is all done there, which means we can surround this. Et voila. We have our gold fluid tank. Now, I'm going to pull this one out. Which should just give me one filled up with oxygen. This will start filling with oxygen. And we have a full bucket there. And this means we will be able to transport that straight out, and set it up and immediately get oxygen gains. And hopefully it will fill faster than it pulls from it. That's the dream. Now, the energy storage module doesn't seem that hard to get. We just need compressed steel, 6 compressed steel. We can build that along with these batteries, which are compressed tin 5 each, makes 3. So we only need 5 compressed tin. Do we have 1 tin to spare? Sadly, no. We'll need to do 6 and have one left over. But that will have to wait for this. Maybe we shouldn't have broken that second compressor, but, well, what's done is done. And we'll recompress that. That should mean that we can store however much. It says a large amount of energy. I'm not quite sure how much that is. But we can hook up the coal generators to that. Coal, or once we get this advanced solar panel set up, we can hook up either of those to that. And that will result in, hopefully, us storing enough even when it's not powering these other devices. We can make all of our power come out from that device here. And so we need this, like that. We need redstone. And we need... No, coal. What do we need here? Yeah, we do need coal. Which is our one limited resource from the group. Yeah, and apparently this makes Veseline pellets. Okay, interesting. And so we can take this, slap it in the center, surround it on all sides, and bam, energy storage module. I actually want to take a... Oh dear. Give me that back. I actually want to take a look at this. I'm hoping it's only got one side it can accept input into. Output, 187 RF per tick, but these machines all do RF per second, which is different. A little bit more confusing of a conversion rate, because there are, I want to say tentatively 20 ticks to a second. 1 second, 20 ticks. I could be wrong about that, but I think that should mean that this will perform its job suitably for every single one of the machines we have here. The sealer, the collector, and the compressor. And then this compressor obviously doesn't require any electrical power. Yeah, I think we should be good. And so that will mean we are done with that. Only need the one. Not going to do the advanced solar panel at this very moment. We will be using those coal generators, along with some charcoal, just for the time being. And we will make our little space base, shall we? And once we get the very basic setup... Oh, I'm forgetting something huge. Airlock. Because I swear I saw a airlock block here. Somewhere up at the top. Airlock frame and an airlock controller. There we go. Arranged in a portal-like formation, single block replaced with a controller will function as a working airlock. Okay, and it does luckily make 4 per every one of these recipes. So it sounds like we don't actually need 2 of these. I was assuming that we would need 1 airlock exterior and 1 airlock interior, but it's sounding like this will work out that way. I may still build 2 of these, though. And unfortunately, it is looking like it'll need that basic wafer. So we do need this circuit fabricator, which we can't just make, right? Nothing here looks fancy except for the aluminum wire, and we have spares of those. We've got the aluminum wire. We do need to make a furnace. So grab some cobblestone. There you go. Make a furnace, and then we should be able to just make you and you. The airlock controller. Circuit fabricator. We're 1 redstone torch short. And a stick. Do this in our normal inventory so it doesn't mess up the crafting recipe, and slap it in there. Circuit fabricator. Now this we will put on Earth. This will definitely be on Earth. I may move this over just so I can... Well, I suppose I could put this along the walls. Somewhere, surely. Scriber. The energy storage module. Oh, we already had one of these. What? When did we make one of these? Okay. I guess we didn't need to make that extra one. I have no memories of making this. Okay, clearly I'm going insane. But we'll go put the circuit fabricator. Not quite next to it. Let's space this one off. And I'm actually going to move this as well. This just needs to go here. Oops. Not quite like that. And not like that either, actually. The red side needs to come out of the front side. So over here should do the trick. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like these store energy beyond what's already there. I am so very confused when I made this, and for what particular reason. Maybe just to have the dang thing? No clue. At least it is filling up pretty fast from our medium voltage wiring. We'll go stick circuit fabricator over here. And we'll want that facing the back. I could rotate it with this with a wrench, but I think that's not quite the way to go. And then we want Airlock Controller here. We need that basic wafer. Oh, God, and we need compressed meteoric iron, which we could get, right? Hold on a minute. Compressed meteoric iron is just made with 1 meteoric iron ingot. What do we currently have? We did pick up some meteors up there. Raw meteoric iron. So what do you turn into? Throwable meteor chunk. Iron dust. Yeah, it looks like it just makes iron dust. It does make 2 of that. And this iron dust turns into 1 each. So that's not half bad. We can do that. So meteoric iron. One of you will throw in the crusher. That down over here. That should turn into 2. Yes, meteoric iron dust. This will each become 1 meteoric iron, which will become these plates. And it's a 1 to 2, which is a beneficial change. It's actually very nice. Usually it's a 2 to 1 ratio, so that problem at the very least will be solved. We do need to hook this up to power, though. So need to grab that out of our toolbox. Will this reach? Probably not. And we should probably make another setup over here. So Let's go use that toolbox to its utmost. So I suppose that just needs to go in there for now. And we'll store the other one. So we'll take our toolbox, pull out one high voltage, one medium voltage, and one low voltage relay, along with the associated wires. And run those along to the entrance here. And we need a... Well, let's do that after we've set one of these up. I think that's aligned. Yeah, this is the low voltage and the medium voltage. There we go. I think that should be aligned equally. And connect up that high voltage wire. And for low voltage, because that's what it defaults to, strangely. And last but not least, this one over here. And we'll go break this off. And connect this one up to, there instead. Perfect. And we can go fetch another medium voltage connector and a wire and do the same for this one. There we go. That should be getting power. Lovely. So, next on the block, we need to fabricate a circuit out of this. Oh, and this apparently gives me experience for turning this meteoric iron into compressed meteoric iron. Interesting. But a basic wafer will end up requiring a diamond. We just make one of those nicely, or do we have to go search for that individually? Diamond ore. Ooh. If we find diamond ore, we should try to get that wholesale, because we can convert that into 4 diamond. We can convert... Yeah, so getting diamond ore in its base, we should actually try to do that. It's because it seems like we can always turn that into something more. Can get diamond dust. Unfortunately, it is a 1-to-1. It looks like Starlight Infusion is our best bet. That turns 1 diamond ore into 4 diamonds. This Crystallized Carbon. Ooh, we can actually turn charcoal very, very, very slowly into diamonds, which does make sense. Let's see, from the crystallizer, this materializer. No, there's another recipe for getting that, right? Materializer. Okay. 64 crystallized carbon. Which comes from one carbonized cluster or the materializer itself. Interestingly, a charcoal block gives 2 crystallized carbon, but charcoal gives 1. I have no idea why we would go for the second option trade here. That, at the very least, is good to know. We can get diamonds without having to go mine for them, because I do not believe that diamonds... It could be, but I very much do not believe that diamonds are a large ore vein type of deal. I feel like they're probably still going to be individual units. But we'll need to put one in here, along with some silicon, redstone, and a redstone torch to make 3 basic wafers. And we'll need one of those basic wafers to make the Airlock Controller here. Have we done the steel yet? No, it doesn't look like we have. We need 6 steel plates. And 8 actually total. 12 13 again. But we'll get to that when we get there. To make that, we do have those diamonds, but not enough that I'd be comfortable wasting them. We should have silicon. I do believe we grabbed that out of the ground at some point. We need 2 of that. And redstone torch. Right? Redstone torch and redstone. Okay. We should be able to do all of this. Okay, and that just turns into a basic wafer. Sort of slowly. We are keeping up with the power needs, at the very least. Just barely. But we've made 3 basic circuits. Or 3 basic wafers, rather. It's not half bad. We'll store 2 of them here. And we should be able to make this straight off now, right? Make the Airlock Controller. Lovely. The airlock frame, we will need... I guess we'll test it with just 1. I really hope it only needs the 1. But we will make that out of aluminum and steel. Aluminum's still getting short shafted here. Because we do need to make 6, which means we can't take out this singular one that we have. Aluminum, we need steel 2, 4, so 6, 7 total. Means we will actually have a leftover here. As this goes through the very slow process of making all of this. We've got the tin canister here. Lovely. But we do need 3 more compressed tin. Ooh, and an oxygen vent. 6 more compressed tin. To come out here. Oh boy. It turns out filling this out is... creating a space base is actually a very costly, time-consuming endeavor. Which is not fantastic. It's not great. We'll go throw that extra steel in there. In fact, we'll throw everything extra in there. Easier to do it from inside there than it is to do it manually. But we're almost done here, and voila. Let's make you. Scratch that. Let's make the oxygen vent. Then let's make you. Done. Then let's make you. Airlock frame 4. Scheisse. We need an ender portal style. So we'll actually need... Ooh, does it need to be... the corners filled in as well? I think, regardless of whether or not we will need to make a full 3 sets of this. Damn. Okay, so 2 more. 12 more compressed aluminum. We'll start with that while we're doing the math here. Let's pull out this other compressor. Ooh, no. We will need a total of 2, 4, plus 8, 12, 14 total compressed steel. And need to grab more 6. Along with that will be tin. We need 2 more tin canisters. Lovely. We need, I want to say 6 times 2. So 12 view. Then we should be good. I think we should be good to make all of this. Hopefully. We're just going to wait for that, though. In the meantime, let's actually make another drawer set, shall we? Make it out of whatever freaking blocks we can spare. Dirt. Honestly, straight up dirt. Oh, right, but we need to make the drawer frame. Forget it. Forget it. That is too much multitasking here. Shocking, it's almost like going to space is a big deal. Nah. Everybody got here. Oh, apparently this one actually ran out of fuel. I'll actually throw the whole set in here. So let's go and build these. Now, sadly we do not have enough for 2 yet, but we should now. There we go. Got 2 of those, which means we just need to make this once the rest of this tin comes out. Which it's almost done with. Come on, you're almost finished. There you go. Make 2 of you, and 2 more of you for a full set, plus the Airlock Controller, and that'll just punch out one of the blocks. Okay, we should be good. So let's take off our armor, re-prepare our space objects here. Oh, no. There we go. And some space tanks, please. All of these are fully prepared. We have our parachute and everything on. Not that we will particularly need it, hopefully. I honestly don't even know how it activates. I assume it only activates on a unsuccessful rocket landing. But I could be wrong here. Maybe it just prevents us from taking damage. I don't know. Fall damage, that is. But we have everything, hopefully, that should be required in a successful first base startup. As we slowly, run the wrong direction. Go clear out the sugarcane again. We've got our leaves, we've got our tree substitutes, we've got the fluid tank full of oxygen, along with the oxygen compressor and collector here. The fluid extraction cables that will be required for the oxygen sealer and the oxygen compressor, I guess, to get oxygen out of this. I think we'll actually need another fluid extraction cable. Quick tip, there are a couple food items in Age 5 that give you a perma buff to inventory and permanent crafting table. Ooh, that sounds very useful. Hold on a second. That's one of the achievements, because God, I hope it would be. Unfortunately, it does not seem to be one of the achievements unless it's very late in this. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's look up inventory. maybe there will be a food here. Soul receptacle. Permanent. Inventory upgrade. E2 upgrade your inventory. Wow, that is an odd one. Salmon, cookie, diamond, and emerald. We don't actually have any emeralds yet. We haven't traded for villagers, and I'm not even sure if villagers even give them in this mod pack. 2 new key bindings and a second inventory screen open the inventory either as a normal screen for storage as an array of tool buttons to swap any item out with any slot in one click. That's not half bad. Okay, so we'll probably get to that. They're mine veins with emeralds. Okay, well, that's good to know. We'll save that one for later, though. We want to get our space base set up here because we have been working towards it, and I think we finally have all of the components necessary. I really hope you don't need 2 airlock frames here. We could actually make them pretty easily since we do already have the wafers and we've got more compressed meteoric iron on the back burner, or that we could easily make. But I'm hoping that it'll function with just 1. Got our spacesuit on. We've got full oxygen and a mask and the oxygen gear. We should be good to go to space again. Please don't let me suffocate out there. I hope I didn't forget anything. You know, I have realized I've forgotten one thing. Well, maybe not quite. I don't know if the trees demand dirt to stand on. Wow, it is bloody dark. Okay, I think that was just because of the actual darkness from the teleporter there, the gateway. But yeah, as you can see, there are mobs on the moon here. A evolved skeleton. Fortunately, it just gives bones. But I do believe, let's see, I think it's in this direction. Yeah, you can just barely see it. It does. Oh, I guess it is nighttime. Okay. So there are day-night cycles on the moon. Good to know here. I'm actually going to pull out this manual and shuriken instead of the wand, just so I can deal with enemies afar here. Still looks very effective, and they probably, I would bet that they travel further in the moon gravity than they do on Earth. Ooh. So they don't quite work if I can't hit anything. We're on the moon now? Yes, we are. We are actually in the process of making our base here. Uh-oh. Right. Lunar Enderman. Ah, they just drop straight up ender pearls. That's fantastic. Ooh, and these guys actually have bows. I don't think any of the skeletons on Earth have actually gotten to that point. This guy's stuck outside his home, though. We'll do a little bit of clearing. As that dead Enderman shouts his grief. But has he vacated his home? If he's vacated his home here... Nah, the villager in here is still fine. So let's tear this out. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit lopsided. I'm going to do a full airlock. Which should just be shaped like a portal. Let's go toss this bone back and the rotten flesh. And the ender pearl, actually. Go pick up all of those. We'll get the airlock frame set in place. And for that last block, we will want the airlock controller. There we go. Perfect. And now the airlock is closed, we should have a, hopefully, sealed compartment. If not, we can close that off. But let's pull out an oxygen collector. You have the power coming out. Actually, we will need to scooch this a wee bit out. Got a collector. We've got a compressor. And we have a sealer. And all of those will come out of the energy storage module. Ooh, may have sealed us in here a little bit. Okay, and those will come. Actually, I'll put this on the side here. So the coal generators will go like so. We'll all have cables that come out, which we'll have to furnish later. The energy storage module will come out like so, right? Yes, correct. Actually, we can even line them up different from that. But should we? How do we get here? I'm very confused. Well, you see, when a spaceman loves the moon a lot, you build a space rocket and get to the moon. Basically how it worked. Okay, this should... Ooh, if we have enough of those aluminum wires, which we do not, I guess we're still going to be using... Okay. I guess we're still going to be using Buildcraft wiring for the time being. That said, that was powering this pretty well. Pretty gosh darn well. Prior. I'd love some more of these glowstone torches, though. Because we can't... I assume that as soon as we put that down... Oh. Or not. I'm assuming that's because we're in a sealed environment here. That shouldn't theoretically work, but... I guess it will. Unfortunately... Oh, I see. It's actually turned into a Galactic Craft torch. And now they're all Galactic Craft torches. All right, we'll take it. Whatever. Do need to get our toolbox out. Thankfully for us, the Buildcraft, the immersive engineering, or rather the backpack that we have, as well as the toolbox, are actually both airtight. A little odd, but you know, we'll take it. Actually, we do need to make more of these. Can we make more of those? Yes, we can. Take that many for now. But we will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total. We can stick the extras back in there. We will need... Ooh, more medium voltage wiring than that, too. This is actually something we may not be able to make on the moon. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened there? Oh, a meteor! Son of a gun. Okay. That is something I failed to prepare myself for. Moon turf. We'll actually pick this up right now as well. So maybe building in this village is not actually the best option. I had been under the impression that this would be relatively safe. I'll rebuild this to Moon Man standard here. Okay, so that needs to go out one. Like that, and then you there. Yeah? Not quite. I think it might just be like that. Yeah, that looks about right. No, it doesn't. That looks about right-ish. Ish. Could you let me inside? Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, I'll actually reduce that back down to 1. Or... Okay, or not. It's a little buggy. It's also still very dark, and we are eating through our tanks of oxygen here. I want to go get this set up pretty quickly. So since we need more wires than we have possible here, let's just set up the basic relays. These need to go in and out. And we'll want the collector first. This should actually be spaced out a little bit more, shouldn't it? And then the sealer. Those two will be the first ones created here. and we'll create the compressor later. This guy is unfortunately trapped in the corner here. Ooh, and apparently I overestimated the number of wires that we would need. So we can actually hook up this whole system all at once. And whoops, even then I forgot a section here. Our fluid tank full of oxygen. So oxygen collector. It'll come out there and go into the oxygen distributory. Then we'll come out of here to the sealer, right? And, well, apparently we didn't bring enough of these, but we can always grab more. Come out to the sealer here. Oh, is this flipped the wrong way around? No, that should be good. Oh, power's not on, though. We don't have our charcoal placed in. There we go. This should maybe be getting power. Maybe. Uh-oh. Resistances shouldn't have changed. These should still be generating power. Let's break off the export here. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not working out at all. Okay. Well, problems. We may need to move to whatever the new power system is. That aluminum wire, I guess. All right, let's get you all out then, since you're not working evidently anyway. But that will mean necessitating a lot of change here. On the plus side, this should be getting... I know, it needs to come to the side. So let's get more cyclic pipes. Here they are, those fluid pipes. It actually needs to come to the front here. There we go. Now it is filling up. We'll go grab our pneumatic wrench here. Put the rest of these back. I think we should be able to... well, we could just rotate this. Let's see if we can disconnect it first. From the top here. Suppose it's not really causing any problems if we don't, but... ah, well. That'll be hooked up here. This will be getting oxygen. Fortunately, it's not getting any power because the power doesn't actually work anymore from here. And then this one will eventually come to the oxygen compressor from the far side. Yeah, so that's actually a large issue. So we really need to get power from that. That is, unfortunately, all of the mistaken bits of the toolbox gone. Since we've got this technically set up, let's throw down the wood blocks here and start slapping those tree leaves down. This will basically go anywhere that we can fit them in around the oxygen compressor without causing faults in our lines here. I guess since we're not using cables anymore, we can stick them here and here too. But we do need power lines going in there. Ooh, and I guess we need to get this out of the way. So it can go across there. And it can go around following the pipe to here. So that's not quite working out the way that we hoped it would. A little bit bugged. But where did we get this redstone? Where on earth did we pick that up? No clue. Throw all of these back. And let's get ourselves back to Earth, shall we? Uh-oh. Ah, I see. Okay. Space creepers drop redstone, apparently. I guess because gunpowder doesn't burn in a low oxygen environment? Yeah, I think we'll say the logic pans out like that. But yeah, there are tons and tons and tons of mobs on the moon. I'm assuming the Earth, that's going to be our estimation for daylight, I suppose. I wonder if days and nights are longer here. It'd be kind of rough if they were. But clearly, something does not work. These Galactic Craft machines do not work out with the build craft or the immersive engineering. Come on, let me in. Piping just does not work out that way. We'll need to go and change that out for those aluminum pipes. Aluminum wire here, which we do not have a whole lot of, and we will need to get wool. Make ourselves get a lot of it. Okay, well, please. Maybe we will turn that up. But we will have to go and give that its own shot once we have more of that stuff. Since we are running out of oxygen here. And by God, the mobs are all over the place. They are really looking forward to bludgeoning us to death, or shooting, or exploding, or what have you. Uh-oh. These fallen meteors are real killers, though. Oh, no, you son of a gun. They take a lot of time to mine, and they will blow our buildings to smithereens. I'm wondering if we build a similar structure here over our temporary base up there, just to make sure we don't end up going someplace nasty when we get back there. Having everything explode around us, especially once we get that place pressurized, would really be a poor event to have happen. But we have got back here. We can go rip off our moon gear. And this will need a fair bit of recharging, unfortunately. Oh, let's throw on our fancy stuff, too, to get that fantastical speed boost. Ow. And get these, I suppose, recharged up. A little more slowly than I was hoping for. That'll go there. At least we've got everything set up on that base, that space base over on the moon. So when we eventually do get the wires that'll hopefully work, we should connect up everything to the required machines. All we need is the actual wires that are compatible with the dang thing, which is not spectacular, but does at least work. I guess we'll get that rancher set up this time, though. Since wool is a bit hard to come by. It's not a great option, and it takes a lot of steps to go and get it working. So, two things that I want to get set up. One, let's toss Meteoric Iron. And I guess the charcoal we might as well toss back as well. Two, let's set up a big old ranch for the sheep over here. I was considering just putting a 1x1 block the same way that we have for the cow over there, but if we're going to be getting sheep, what is it? The fleece off of the sheep here at any rate that is acceptable, we are going to need a bigger ranch. So I think I'm actually going to set that up top here. We won't be going down to that level. Let's go fill in some space with dirt. And how big are we going to make this? I'd say 7 by 7. Should be enough. We'll start it here. So 1, 2, 3 in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll be a wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Another wall there. And we'll go flatten this area out enough so that the sheep can start living on the dang thing. Okay. And, right, we forgot the other corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Now, let's go grab some walls since this area is flattened down. Scratch that, actually. We need to do the edges so we can walk around the thing. We will probably need more soundproofing, thinking about it. To go and keep the sheep screaming. They won't be dying, but they will be baaing regularly. Okay, that should be well more than enough. While you go back, you will be added to the flower garden and walls. Ah, lovely. We still have plenty of them. Let's get this set up in the corners so we know where we're working. It's just fairly quiet over here because of the soundproofing. Get these walls set up, and we have our sheep pen. So I think we'll stick the rancher just here. It does have to be in the center. Hello there. We'll actually go light this area up too with some torches. Though it should be within range of our powered lantern. So we should actually be good. We should be getting the mob spawns. They can only spawn further out that way. Unfortunately, they can see this area. Which is not fantastic, but it is acceptable, if nothing else. And we'll get started on that rancher, shall we? Guess we didn't need quite as many walls as I thought we would. So, we don't have any more machine cores. Or machine cube block, whatever the heck they are. You plug into the animal rancher here. Machine case, there's the one. That needs 6 compressed iron plates, stabilized metal, cobalt, black iron, Certus quartz. I do believe we collected Certus quartz last time. That should hopefully be everything we need to make there. But we will need to go make all that stuff. So first things first, compressed iron. Or compressed steel, rather. No, that is compressed iron. I was right. We need to turn 6 of those into plates. We need 10 plastic. Know that off the top of my head. Then we need stabilized metal. We'll go call Jeff Zebos here. Just 2. There's all of those. We need some cobalt. There we go. To also be turned into plates. And then... What else? What else? Right, the black iron ingots. So we need black quartz times 5. That'll be ground up. The Crushinator 9000. We need iron eventually to be merged with that. Then we will need some glass eventually to build the frame. But that'll be once this is all done melting through. And one of these will need to be turned into a plate in itself. Okay, Certus quartz crystals. We should just be able to grab those out. Easy peasy. Not the charged stuff, just the basic. And there's all 4 of those. Lovely. And then... right, a circuit board. Which we should still have plenty extras for. Yeah. Then we just need to turn this into... that. There we go. Do we have everything? I think we should. Cool. Let's go to the advanced crafting table. Slap down over here, which we do need to upgrade. Let's see if I can do it by memory here. Let's not use the template. Like that. And then... and last but not least... I forgot some... right, the stabilized metal. I don't have that. But I did get the pattern at least. So I'm proud of myself. We've done this, God knows we've done this enough times for me to surely be able to remember the dang thing. I really ought to automate it in some capacity, but we just tend not to use them. Except for individual deeds, and automating a whole bunch of this would just be a bit of a waste of resource. Maybe I should get a backlog instead. But even that is an intense use of resources. Okay, but for the rancher, we need 2 gold gears, 2 shears, sets, a bucket, and 3 iron, or 3 plastic sheets. Plastic sheets we can just grab outright. Shears, unfortunately, we don't have, and I actually have no idea how to make the proper ones. We've been using the flint ones for so long. Okay, that looks like it's still pretty basic, though. The bucket, sadly, we do not have a spare, so we'll go and grab some of that. Iron. Iron, please. I need 3, not 2. There we go. To make a bucket, because we can still only cast it out for some reason. And plastic, shears, gold gears. Right. 2 sets, gold gears. So 8 total, along with that plate press. Oh, right. And, of course, they'll get stuck in there. Because that doesn't go there. Ow, 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 ow. Please don't murder me to death. They go on here. Okay, this will be done casting. So we can swap it out in 3, 2, 1, and... Okay. Is that everything? I think it is, other than getting this plate press back. Okay, so we should be able to line this up like that. Grab that bucket, because I forgot about it. And voila! Animal Rancher. And so this will actually need a range upgrade for... let's see, industrial foregoing, range. So I think this will make it 3, this will make it 5, this will make it the full 7. And I think we should just be able to do that outright. Wow, it does not really increase all that much. Well, I guess it increases a little. But luckily we have iron in spades to go and do this with, so that should, hopefully, fix that problem. So we'll slap this down over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Right in the middling section here. We will need actually more walls, just so they don't get over it. Like that. Our toolbox. We can grab another insulator and some wiring. And slap you on the back. Slap you to the medium voltage. And how will we do this? Out the bottom to a obsidian chest, since we might as well. Just obsidian. There we go. And some item extractors. Which we don't have. Do we have... Got a redstone engine, which I do believe means we have a pipe? Yes. Wind transport pipe. And we'll just stick it behind it, I guess. No, we'll stick it over here. We should have more transport pipes. Yeah, cobblestone transport pipes. There we go. Oh, hold on a second. Will this work? No, it will not. No. That won't work at all. Dang. Okay, because we need. Uh-oh, I threw that range upgrade in there, didn't I? We need the dirt that I just threw in there. The redstone engine to actually connect up to that wooden pipe, and because of the way that this is situated, it would not do that. So we will actually need that item extractor, which means we do need iron turned into nuggets. I think I'm just going to throw that much. That much to be turned into nuggets. For the item pipes. Cyclic pipes just seem nice. They seem like they work pretty well. Go grab the nugget cast. We made a ton of gold nuggets a little while ago. This should make the equivalent of iron. In iron, rather. But let's go run here. Throw the range upgrade on. And check if that covers the whole area. And it does. So the reason that we are making this so big. Sheep grow their wool, as far as I understand, whenever... so once you shear them, they have a little bit of time and they'll kind of randomly motion around. But they will grow their wool once they eat a grass block. They eat the grass off of the top of the block, it turns into a dirt block. Grass only grows back so often. It's a random chance to spread from whatever surrounding blocks. So if we have too many sheep in too small a space, the grass will not be able to regrow in time, and the sheep will therefore not regrow their wool fast enough, and it is just kind of a random chance thing with their behavior. So we do need a nice large pen without too many sheep in order to have the sheep efficiently regrow their wool. Now, while we're waiting for this iron to smelt down, we'll actually get 2 iron plates turned into a weighted pressure plate. And let's check our nutrition. Yeah, it's probably time to switch back to that melon pie. Need to grab 2 iron to turn into plates, right? Plates. Okay, weighted pressure plate for the actual construction of the extractor here. There it is. And that's where the nuggets will come in. We actually need to make a dropper here as well. And then the weighted pressure plate plus those iron nuggets. We should have enough for a few. Now, at the very least. We should be good, right? Just slap you in the corners, slap you on the bottom, and you in the middle. There we go. We've got an extraction cable. And that will just, that will go along, making more iron nuggets as we do other things. So as long as we slap this on the bottom here, we have to, unfortunately, be able to see. Rebuild you, and connect up another item cable. This should feed any wool that comes out of here into that obsidian chest. Lovely. And the grass is almost grown back, which means it is time for us to go and abduct some sheep. Now, there are a fair few sheep. They've now scattered throughout the meadow, unfortunately. So we do have to kind of chase them down here. We should be able to run them back a little more slowly, but you know, that's what's going to happen. And of course, it started raining, which means we're going to have to deal with mobs soon. Depending on how many sheep we've got, we may breed a few of them into existence there. But hopefully, we'll end up having enough once we scour this whole meadow for them. Yeah, unfortunately, we too still travel very slowly. This is just about normal running speed, which is god-awful. But this should, yeah, be throwing them in there. Oh, hold on a minute. And that gives us flat white wool. Perfect. So I was worried that that would be giving us fleece, which needs to have an extra step with the sugarcane. Adding to wicker, turning that wicker into a wicker block, and then surrounding that with fleece to make a singular wool. But the animal rancher apparently just ignores that step, automatically turns it straight into the white wool, which is fantastic because that can always be converted back into fleece in the event that we need it to do that. At least I'm pretty sure that can be automatically converted back into fleece. I could be wrong about that. That will be fantastic. Yeah, and you can see that one just ate that grass, grew back its wool, and then it was immediately sheared. And that grass should grow over relatively quickly. I'm hoping if it ends up being too accommodating here, we'll actually finally save the sheep. If it ends up being too overfilled with sheep and the grass isn't growing back in time, I'm hoping that there is a machine that will help do that for its own purposes here. Where are our other sheep in the meadow? There you are. Yeah, unfortunately, it's actually eating through my hunger bar at an increased rate, despite the fact that I'm actually not traveling any faster than a normal sprinter, because the number of steps we take is increased. It's actually considering it like I'm running equally fast. Which is not fantastic. Oh well. This shouldn't hopefully take too much, and it will at least let us get our fruit back up to snuff. Whoops, wrong section here. So we've got, what, 6 sheep in there now? We're going to get the whole meadow, but be good to keep track of how many exactly we've got in the pen. And since this isn't killing him, we won't have to worry about an animal breeder or anything. This will just kindly collect what they deserve. Or what they can give, rather. Alright, but we should see a few sheep up on the slopes here. There they are, along with a few enemies that we may or may not be able to outrun. Not quite sure. We may get into a bit of a snafu here. Oh, there were some sheep hiding under the trees. Either that or they're stuck there. Is that? Okay, I swear to God I just saw Herobrine out of the corner of my eye for a second. Maybe he is a mob. Maybe I'm just going insane. Maybe it is the other player mobs loading in so that we can get their skins on. Once you have like 30 sheep in there, you will have plenty from your wool farm. Sheep get the wool so fast? Not necessarily. It is a random chance thing, and the thing that will hold it back is actually going to be grass generation. How quickly the grass grows over it will be how quickly our sheep can get it back. But no guarantee. You can see there are a lot of patches already from where the sheep have been eating the grass up, which is really not great for our purposes. Like I said, we might need to find a machine or maybe a wow, goodness words, special type of grass block to go and like fill that area up with something that will hopefully not run out of grass on top. Some way to refill it if it does. Could you dupe me the other way, please? I am trying to fill a farm here. Thank you kindly. Yeah, you can see the grass patches are starting to build up, or the dirt patches, because it is a random chance based on the amount of ticks. Every tick, the grass has a random chance to spread. And I don't know what that chance is, but it's not necessarily high. I think it's probably, at best, a 50-50. Are we seeing any more? Ah, there we go. Sheep. But hopefully, this will take care of our wool needs for the foreseeable future. We just have to get that dirt set up. Solved. Maybe there's an industrial foregoing machine. Industrial foregoing seems to be super duper handy when it comes to this. It's got a lot of utility. Yeah, some leather boots. It's got a lot of utility, but I don't really know. Uh-oh. I need to go eat some pie here. How is our nutrition doing? Perfectly. We'll switch back to pizza, since that is a more efficient option for our hunger here. It's a little bit unfortunate that the sheep have wandered so far. I swear they used to be against the, clustered around the middle of this plains area. Maybe I murdered those sheep because they were closer and I needed the wool back then. Didn't think about the flint shears. And maybe they just wandered off. Maybe they got stuck on the edges instead of the, flat ground that they can't really get stuck on of that mountains biome. And so they accumulated there. Whatever it happens to be. we are having to go through a lot of mobs. I could probably clear some of those. And a fully kitted player mob. Ain't that neat. Okay. Few more sheep. Scratch that, a lot more sheep. Well, somewhere between a few and a lot. An amount of sheep. 3 more, I think I saw over there. And then we're done. And we have to. We can stop running these back and forth. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 so far. So with any luck, we should have decent output that won't drain the dirt capacity of that area. And we are about to run out of food for sprinting. Ooh. Man, I really wish I'd grabbed the Astral Sorcery constellation that gained experience from running from place to place. Maybe that's discovering new areas. It's one of the two. But if it was running from place to place, God, would I be leveled right now. I don't take damage nearly as often as I do send myself here and there. Oh, ow. Did not see that guy at all. There should be, what did we say, 1, 2 more? Over here, and then we're done. I see 2, 3. And I see an Enderman desperately trying to stay out of the rain. Poor fella. Oh, and a player? Or a golem? One of the two. I think it's another player skin. And I can't tell if they're wandering to the corners of that enclosure in search of grass. It may be that that is the case. I'm not quite sure. Or if they're just wandering to the corners because they're dumb sheep and corners are just where they get stuck. It does look like the sun is coming up, though, so hopefully we won't have to deal with too many mobs in a few minutes. And hopefully this very dreary rain will let up. I may go set up a, I can't remember whether it's blood magic or abyssal magic that lets you swap weather. I think it might have been an abyssal ritual. I might go grab a spell book from that. Or a spell from that and make that a regular carry item. Just because I'm sick and tired of the rain. There's really no reason for it. The only benefits to rain. Are there any benefits to rain? I don't even know. Maybe... I think you fish better. You get more fish bites per second when you're in the rain. Other than that, I don't think there's anything. Maybe some plants grow more quickly. I could see that being a benefit to rain. But I don't even know if that's the case. So... yeah, no benefits to rain, really. Not great. Oh my god, I thought that was a 2-stack of cobblestone. The, oh no, poor guys got scared off by the skeleton. But yeah, no benefits to rain. That skeleton in the chainmail, he looked exactly like a cobblestone texture when you were just running by him. That was nuts. Okay, but I think that should be all of the wool gone and grabbed, along with a bunch of these other random mob drops that we picked up along the way. All those sheep thrown right in here. How much wool do we have? Almost 2 stacks. Not too bad. Not half shabby. We'll go throw the death compass here into a grinder. There they go. Now they can go through. Certain types you can't actually throw through there. Certain types you can. It's just dependent on whether or not you have converted it to the untagged kind. But that'll be the iron nuggets done too. We've got that wool. We should have everything necessary to have the aluminum power lines, right? Aluminum wire. There we go. And we'll grab 2 of these for the time being. 2 sets. Change out of our clothes. Throw these all on. Get back to the base. Out among the stars, shall we? And by God, am I slow. There we go. Get back to the moon. Up this way. Ah, and the mobs do take damage from sunlight. So at least during the day we can, thankfully, not have to worry about mobs there. Hopefully, too much. Creepers, unfortunately, still look like they stay. No fire. They don't catch on fire. You know, because of the fact that there is no oxygen in space, but at least they disappear. Let's go back here. We should be able to connect all of this up. Maybe I'll feed that in like this, just so we don't have this cross-contamination. I do want it to go into the battery first. Whoa. Before anything else. That guy's doing a jumping party over there. Now, he should be getting power once we throw some charcoal in. 2, 3, and... ooh. Can I access that corner one? There we go. 4. Ah, there we go. And they're starting to fill up. So. Yeah, this is keeping up with it. It takes a little bit of time for them to build up. It is feeding straight through that, unfortunately. This one, unfortunately, isn't getting any at all. Why is that? Is it going to these ones first? Not enough power. The energy is actually draining as well. Maybe we disconnect this from the line. Hmm. Okay. This is not going great. If we socket this off. Still not feeding in there at all. Why is that? These are, yeah, those are the red sides. Should be generating power. What's going on here? What's the problem? That's the red side? Yep, that's the red side. Suppose I could. Oh, no, 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 no. That's the problem. This is actually backwards. This needs to be the green side to accept the energy, and the red side to output the energy. So that, there we go. That should work just like that. So set these all back up. Yeah, that's actually gaining energy. So we should be good. This area too big. I think it's actually getting out through those glass blocks. So let's go grab the tin wall blocks here. We don't actually have enough. So we'll go steal some more from that one igloo. Oh, or we can actually grab it from this one, since that seems to have taken a bit of a beating from a meteorite. This guy doesn't seem too bothered by it. Just tear the top off of this guy's home, and hope he doesn't get too mad at us. Grab that and a few spare for nice little protected area here. I saw something drop. I hope. Okay. It didn't drop on the house. But that will be all that grabbed. We can seal off the top here. And is it an enclosed area? Is it considered enclosed? Still too big. So what's the area here? Is this more than 10 by 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, yes it is. Can we pick this guy up? No. Can we scooch him out the corner? Excuse me. Just scooch you out over here. And I'm actually going to build a little block area here to trap him in the corner. All right, so this is too big. It's too big to support. Fortunately, a 10 by 10 area is required. So we're going to modify it a little bit. All this will be contained inside here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even going across, it's too big, which does make sense since this is a square shaped. What if we put this as a corner? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and we can get one more block out here. So there, that'll be our wall block. We do the corners of this. We want to make this perfectly as square as we can get. So take out the corners here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll want to make this that much, and we'll actually want to make it tall too. We want to make this 8 blocks tall. Oh, oops, we don't actually need this back section removed. Unless we do. Maybe we do. But we want to get this curve out of the way. We want every possible interior component to be just that interior. So comes back here. This is our new tin wall. And I think, yeah, we need to take that floor block out. That'll be that. We should keep tearing at these components so we can build a very square area. Is this 8 blocks tall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 blocks comes up to this one, which means we can tear off the whole roof. And that will still fit. Our fuel tanks, our oxygen tanks, we've actually got to keep an eye on those. Okay, we can't reach it from down here, unfortunately. Let's go switch out our first one here. We should be able to do it in here. Oh, scratch that. We still need to connect that up. Okay. A later time. Go and tear off the roof. There we go. Get that all settled. So, roof hence torn off. We can keep building this. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That is the size of our new interior here. Fortunately, this fellow is still within the bounds of our house. I was hoping he would be without. What if we shove you out this way? Can you scooch? Seriously, dude, can you get out? This is my place. This is my place now. But this will be the new ceiling height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I don't know if we need those corners sealed. I don't think we do. I think that we would be fine without. I may just murder this guy. Oh, okay, he left. He left it by himself. We're good. But I have a feeling he doesn't like me so much. These villagers probably don't like me so much anymore. Luckily, anything we can reach, we actually know we can get rid of right away. As long as it's inside that area here. Because 8 blocks, I think 7 blocks is the normal reach that we would have. Go eat pizza through our spacesuit. No, that doesn't make sense. Yes, I will still be doing it. But hopefully this will give us enough extra blocks, having torn down the roofing and stuff. Enough of those to build a successful enclosure. Gotta build this wall up this high. My god, this is destroyed a little bit. Okay. And there should be some more on the roof, I do believe. Not a ton, but hopefully enough. Scratch that, it's not going to be enough that way. So we're going to have to do this on the outside here. Yeah, we're really just going to tear this thing down. Except for where we can afford to... Whoa, what is this? Tin decoration block. I hope that counts as a flooring. Since it did slap the other tin right back, I think it's okay. European colonialization at its finest. Correct. Hey, all I can say is it's space. Space is dangerous, and I want to live. I think we'll actually switch to a steel hammer here to get more of these more quickly. But we'll go tear off the excess here. Use that for walling blocks. Hopefully this guy won't try to find his way back into his own house. That would truly be unfortunate. It'd be a shame to murder you again. We'll actually have to move that doorway as well. We'll have to move it so it is fitting in the contained space here. But that'll be a later problem to solve. We are getting pretty close to enclosing it. Save the roof. But the walls, those are almost done. Okay. Start tearing out from here? Yeah, from here. Oh, well, there goes the blocks. I would have needed to tear those down anyway, but I wasn't quite planning on doing it so soon. I just hope I can get them all back here. And keep a good visual track of that. Moon dirt, do not need that. And turf. You know what? I'll keep that just in case. We got wall blocks. Okay. No decoration blocks yet. Once we start getting decoration blocks, we start having problems. We'll have to send those back. Okay. And that should be all of the useful blocks, barring this floor. I don't know if that's usable. Otherwise, all of the useful blocks from this house that we can use to build. Actually, probably should have switched that to that way. Conveniently, it actually did not break that second block, so that's nice. We are running out of oxygen, though. Let's quick swap that. My god, is it floaty. It is the moon, but, you know, even for that. Oh, and I guess we don't need these exterior blocks, do we? We can reclaim those. That one does need to stay. Okay. We are almost good. But not quite. I guess we're going to be tearing these blocks out of the ground, seeing if they work. Hopefully the decoration blocks are airtight. If they aren't, that's actually an even bigger problem because the entire ground is actually made out of these decoration blocks. Probably steal from that corner. Why not use that one corner? I'm not sure which corner you are referring to. Wow, and these actually go pretty far into the ground, too. Okay, we'll take that for now. One corner of your base is filled in, the other three aren't. No, they're all good, I think. Okay. We actually have no way out right now, but it's easily solvable once we get it airtight. I want it airtight before everything starts here. And that should be it. That should be it being airtight. Now we do need to make a exit. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 across. So 5 in. Should be our airlock. That'll be where those go. Uh-oh. We've lost one in transit. Or we've made this too big. Yeah, we made it a little too big. So it should be this tall. No, that seems wrong too. No, we must have lost some somewhere. Yeah, because another portal is that big, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Uh-oh. Problems. We've got one airlock frame to spare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I guess we did just make this one too big. On the outside, one corner is filled in when you don't need it to be. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, we'll just leave that, I guess. Okay, so that did work. We need that. Extend that to 2 meters. And we should have an airtight room. Okay, right? And I think you're talking about, yeah, you must be talking about this corner. We'll keep that for later. Okay, but we have a moon base set up, which hopefully will work. So if we get in here, it's sealed. Hey, fantastic. So, can we take off our helmet? This may end poorly. Yep. Nope, 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 nope. Still not sealed. Oh, I see the oxygen is actually not there. This should be draining. Oxygen collector is good. What's going on here? What is happening? Got power. Yeah, something's definitely up here. This has actually got oxygen. So what's going on? What's the problem here? It is totally sealed. But it is not working. Power. I'll actually throw that back. Let's throw this glowstone torch down. And all of these need to be thrown back as well. Whoops. Glass shards, meteoric iron. Yeah, we just need some charcoal to power the dang thing. On the plus side, should be working. Maybe. This is actually topped up, so I don't know why it's not filling the room here. Maybe we need to disable the seal? I'm really not sure. High environment pressure. Yeah, and we are going to take damage. We don't have that on. I wonder what's up with that. That is very confusing, because as far as I can understand, it should be totally and completely fine. We've got enough leaf blocks to go and fill this all up. This has a ton of oxygen in it. Oxygen storage is full up here. If we go and take off the extractors, is it going in? It is not. Okay. Why is that? Probably because it's going in the wrong side, I would bet. Yes, I am correct. All right, so this actually needs to go elsewhere. This needs to go here. You can go back on. And same with you. We'll grab more cyclic pipes. And we will reconnect. So, this should, yeah, be draining. This should be going. It's all flooded through here. Steel is totally fine. It looks like it's going out through there, which is kind of confusing. It does say the room is sealed. I've got no clue. Do I need the corners sealed? Is one of these blocks the wrong type of block? Seems like it's coming out through this block specifically. I have got no clue as to why. Where'd that block go? This is a wall block, same as all the others. Wall block, wall block. Maybe I do need those corners filled in. Okay, well let's go grab those extra 10 wall blocks. See if filling in the corners will help in any way. So let's do the top first. I'm hoping the sides will count. I should stick a block there. Will that help? No. Yeah, it just happens to be coming out that one very specific block. Or so the visuals tell me, at least. No clue. Alright, well, we are running out of oxygen, unfortunately. I guess we can go fill up the other pipe system here. There we go. Get that slowly filled up with oxygen. Maybe I just don't have enough leaves. Something like that. Maybe this isn't powerful enough. I'm not quite sure. Oh, there we go. Now it should be sealed. Okay. I'm not sure what's changed. So can I... Nope. Can't take off the helmet yet. Still a high-pressure environment. Yeah, something's up with it. I'm going to try slapping on some more leaves, and then we will leave. Because I do not have much more oxygen left. I'm going to fill every square inch. I don't know what the radius of this is. We are going to grab as much as we can. While still being able to access the very block that we're talking about here. Hopefully that'll be enough. It does say that it's sealed. These are all still running. This is slowly filling up with oxygen, though I have a feeling that this other block is actually going to be the one using most of it. But I think we're going to head back to Earth with our mostly empty oxygen tanks. Oh, and I should go and mark this now that we theoretically have it sealed. Call this Moon Base 1. Now we'll just call it the Moon Base. I expect any other bases that we make will be connected to that one because we'll have a nice little area of operations to start with. Grab some more Meteoric Iron, I think it is. Yeah. Hold on, was that another one I saw there? It is. Then we will head home before we run out of breath here. Just watched another meteor drop out of the sky over, wow, everywhere actually. Just about. Did not mean to grab that, but I'll take it. I think I got enough oxygen left to mine the 2 of these, and then that one extra I saw over there. We can't go exploring too far afield. Oh boy, we are running on empty. Okay, maybe we skip that one. I'm concerned that we are going to suffocate to death here in a second. So let's get ourselves to a place that is not here. Whew, just in time. Our oxygen just went black. We just completely... Uh-oh. Come on. Do we freeze? Uh-oh. Problems occurring. There we go. Okay, we've made it back. Just in the nick of time. Whoops, I did not mean to throw that there. I meant to throw that on there. Take all the moon gear off, and that includes you guys. And throw all of our normal gear on. Actually, we'll want to recharge these. Ow. No, you. Yes. Yeah, I've got no idea why that other one wasn't working. I feel like it should have been a sealed... It did say that it was sealed. It should have been a sealed environment. Which meant that it should have been generating enough oxygen for... Ow. The room to have filled up properly. But it did not, and I'm not quite sure why not. But we got 1 tank, 2 tank, almost. And the last 2 tanks we'll just wait on slowly. And let's get a nice night's sleep, shall we? We have had quite the day going to and from space. We are back on Earth. There's sound all around. Thank goodness. It was deathly quiet in space. God, is it quiet. That'll be our last tank filled up. Not quite sure why that wasn't sealing up. Maybe I don't have enough leaves. Maybe that oxygen collector is not enough. I'll have to go look that up in between streams, but I do think that we will end the stream here. I'm a little bit over, about 45 minutes over. So we'll probably call that the end of the stream. We got a fair bit done today. We have our space base sort of set up. We're ironing out the kinks in it. And probably move one of these compressors up there, though I think I'm feeling like actually leaving them here. I think we'll do all our compressor needs down on Earth. We have our lovely sheep rancher set up over there, and that's going to be an interesting time. We'll see if the sheep depopulate the grass around it. It seems like they're doing it a little bit. Not too terribly much, though. And we are getting a bit of automated wool out of them. If it becomes a problem, if they start to really eat into the grass levels of that particular enclosure, then we will go and figure out if we can make a machine of some type that'll regrow the grass on top of there. But if not, then I think we will leave it as so. We call that a stream. So, I will be back playing more Sevtech Ages. We will go back into space. We will see if we can get that base set up, and we'll also see if we can do any more of these. Probably move into mechanism a little bit. See if we can make that cake that increases our inventory. Let's just pin that actually, so we actually remember the dang thing. The inventory upgrade cake, it requires quite a bit of material, including some odd ones, including an ender chest, diamonds, and emeralds, along with nether quartz. So it's a little bit weird, but it would be nice to have. We'll get that all done on Wednesday, 3 PST. That is when I will be back to this. If you're not just interested in Sevtech Ages, I will be back tomorrow playing more Prey. We are doing interesting things there. We are expanding out our powers and whatnot, as well as exploring the base a little bit more. That'll be tomorrow at 3 PST. If not interested in either of those, I will be also playing Sunless Sea on Friday. We are getting our second captain set up in the world. We have explored most of the Sunless Sea there. Quite a bit of it. I would say about 75% of it. But we have a little bit more to go. We got the far east to go and clear out. And figure out all the cities around there. That'll be on Friday at 3 PST. I hope to see you guys at one of those 3 times. If not, I hope you too get to set up your own space base. And I hope that it does not have a strange, confusing leak. And I hope that your air processors are enough to keep that thing flooded with oxygen. For the meanwhile, I'm going to call that a stream. Cheers, everybody.